All right, welcome back to the channel. I want to show you guys the subtitle generator. You can generate subtitles from audio. You can choose single clip, in and out, or an entire sequence. Right now we're going to highlight this clip, and I was kind of curious on as to whether it would generate good subtitles with a noisy or poorly recorded clip. So let's take a listen to this.
Sony a7S Mark II filming in 4K UHD 24p at 100 megabits per second.
So quite a bit of noise. One feature on the studio version is on the audio track, the entire track, or the clip, you can use this voice isolation. I'll slide it down to 74%, and let's listen to how that cleans up.
Sony a7S Mark II filming in 4K UHD 24p at 100 megabits per second.
Pretty remarkable job. We'll go ahead and shut that off and leave that noise. Now to generate subtitles, select your clip, choose timeline, and choose create subtitles from audio. I have it as a shortcut. It'll auto detect the language. There's a couple presets, Netflix and teletext. As far as positioning goes, I'm going to leave it on the default number of character lines and double stack them. It usually defaults to a single line. And then gap between subtitles is how much of a space between the lines is there going to be. Sometimes you don't want the subtitles on continuously and you want it to break with the dialogue, but I'm going to leave it on 0 and hit create. It's generated the subtitles and given us a new ST1 subtitle track, and let's see how well it did.
Sony a7S Mark II filming in 4K UHD 24p at 100 megabits per second. I'm filming at 1600 ISO, which is the base sensitivity.
So not too bad even with all that noise in the background. So now that we have a subtitle track, when you click on the track, you'll get a new set of parameters in the inspector over here. So under caption, you can basically go through each and every caption, hitting previous and next. You can add new. You can change the individual clips. There are some timing indicators in here, but I prefer to actually move them just down here and roll the edits like you would a clip normally. If you needed to adjust the clip on an individual basis, you can do that by clicking in on the clip. Here I have some on-screen text where they would overlap. So let's say we needed to raise this caption up higher to not block that. You can go in, highlight that clip in your timeline. Underneath caption, choose customize caption, and then you can adjust the parameters here to move it higher or lower or out of the way. And then that's just for this single line. And then when we go to the next line, they drop down to the default. Now, if you need to do something to all your tracks, you can just hit track over here. And now you could change the font for every one of them, the size, the kerning, all that. You could adjust the color, something different. And I have my preview on low quality, so it doesn't look as good as it normally would. You can do that under playback, timeline, proxy resolution. So I have it on quarter. So it normally would look a lot cleaner. They're good looking subtitles, full quality. That's what they'd normally look like. So you can adjust the timing with that. If you need to edit one, you can click in here, go back to caption. If we wanted to move this I'm filming at, you can copy it and delete it. Hit next, go to the start, paste that in, and then to get the timing right, zoom in on that and play back.
I'm filming.
So he says I'm filming right about here. You can just drag it.
I'm filming at.
I find you need to go in a little bit earlier just to make the transition coincide with it.
It's per second. I'm filming at 1600.
And that's how you can add your subtitle track, change the font, do a custom. Now, it'll do other languages, and it does a really great job at detecting the other languages. But if you're going to stack like 3 or 4 languages, one caveat is you need to lock your track and disable it, and then regenerate your new language. Otherwise, it'll overwrite this existing ST1 track. You can rename these. So if you needed to keep track of what language was on what track, and then you could do subsequent ones. And then if you needed to deliver, you just enable that track. Those will go out on your export, and that's how you can do that. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you on the next video.